Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Tuesday morning. Happy Tuesday morning to you. I hope that your day is going well. My day is going great. This video is for our series 52 weeks to an organized home and balanced life. And so what it entails is we went through the entire year. We're in week 40 right now, and we've just got different areas of our home and we've weeded them out, cleaned them out, deep cleaned them out, decluttered, all those things to make it simpler for you. So I hope that you have been following along, and if you have not, you can go back and see all the other videos. A couple of my viewers mentioned that they liked them on a playlist so that they can go through them next year at this time, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. So my last video I had separated, because one of them I put it like our whole day and what we did, and so I'm like, I just need to go back to separate it. So this one will be a little bit shorter for you, for those of you that are doing this. If you would like to follow along, you can just go back and watch the first one and go through all of them in the playlist, or there is a book for this series and you can skip the videos entirely, support what I do, and follow along the book. All of that is linked below. So we have been decluttering out and cleaning out our storage areas. And what does that look like in your home? Everybody's home is going to be different. That's the only flaw of following along with someone else in their cleaning endeavors, because your house is going to be different than theirs. And so I've tried to include all the areas that I can think of that most people would have, but I definitely have probably forgotten a few areas. So one of them was the storage room. And so for myself, I have like a closet upstairs. That is my storage room for all of my Christmas decor. We have some shoved up in the garage on the rafters that I don't even, like up in racks that I don't even get to because it's 1,000 degrees in there and the battery dies. So ours is up in the garage, all our Christmas trees, things like that. We'll get to that when we put our trees up. And then our other storage, I consider this closet over here a storage area, and it's just more of my kitchen storage stuff. It holds the vacuums, just random bags, things like that. And so for me, those were my storage areas. So I've gone through, weeded that out. Haven't needed anything in there. So I took all my stuff out the first week and put it all right here and looked at this pile for most of the month. And then we cleaned out, did all those things. And then over this month, I have been passing along a lot of these items here. So I only have a couple left. I have my Keurig thing left, and I have my ice cream machine here that I have not used. One of those things that, yeah, I would keep it, but I don't. And so it's not something we'd have all the time. It's ice cream, I guess, is not that expensive, and to buy it, to make it yourself, is going to cost me a little bit more just in my area. Thinking I could do lactose-free one, but you got to be able to get the ingredients at inexpensive, and I'm like, for the amount that we eat it, I was like, what is beeping? I'm like, what is beeping? My dough machine. So for us, I'm like, it's just not something worthy to keep in our home just because we don't have the space for it. So today you're going to be discarding or giving away those items that you've been storing up for a while. Now you've gone through probably your kitchen, all the other areas of your home. I haven't designated time to pass it along. So the kitchen was many, many weeks ago. So do you have your pile in your garage, in your basement? I recommend, if you're going to, like storage rooms, you probably don't go in there that much, so it's no big deal. But like your main living areas, the stuff you've gone through, like if you haven't touched that kitchen bag of stuff that you're going to donate a long time ago, probably pretty safe to say you're not going to need anything in there. So maybe go through it, look through it one time and go, okay, nope, nothing in here I need. Pass it along. And so that's what you're going to do with your stuff today. So maybe you can find somebody. I know I was able to find a couple people that could use the things that I had, and so that's what I've got. A couple more people here on my list for these items. There's two more main items that I know that I'll be able to pass to, and I was really holding off on these because I thought maybe I'll go back to the Keurig, but the more and more we use a coffee pot, I'm like, I know I would never go back to a coffee pot. I'd never go back to a Keurig. We really like our coffee pot. This has served us well. We've used this for many, many years, but time to pass along to someone else that wants to do the 1 or 2 cups in their machine. So for week 40, you're going to pass those items along, give them on to someone else that could use them. No sense holding on to things you're not going to use. And then you've got one less thing to worry about, to organize, to do your home a little more freeing, feeling a little bit like, yeah, a little bit more room in your home to do with things. So let's go to the next one. Okay, this whole month we are prioritizing self-care, and self-care to you is going to look different than self-care to me. Maybe self-care to you is going to get your nails done, and maybe to me it's going to be just being able to take a break and have a little quiet to myself. It just depends on your life. Don't feel bad if you're not going out and getting facials, and you're not going out and doing the whole relaxing thing and getting teas and getting your nails done. Maybe that's not in your budget, and that is quite all right. But one thing that I have enjoyed doing for myself over the years is finding a little cozy corner for just you. Now, I don't know what that looks like in your home. For me, it's up in my office. I have my chair, my favorite chair, my favorite Chase Lounge chair that I've wanted my whole life. I don't know why, but I did. And I had it in my bedroom, and so that was a favorite in there. But the other day I was like, I could really use a chair up here to kind of sit in and relax and be able to read up here. And then Maddie, that's where she does her school. She does it in my office. So she's like, yeah, we definitely could use a chair. So once in a while I'll go in there and I see the kids laying on there on their iPad, because my kids all share a room with each other, even though there's a living room up there. They have another space they can go to. They have space down here, they have outside, they can go many places, but sometimes they choose to go in the office and shut the door. And so I'm like, that's a nice spot. So she's in there doing her school right now, so we're not gonna go up there. So that is my cozy spot. That's where I love to just chill. It's got my Maxine blanket up there. As the weather turns a little bit cooler, it will turn into like, let's get the fuzzier blanket up there and just have a nice little space that you can just kind of call your own. That's kind of a nice thing to do. Yes, it's okay to have your cozy spot in bed, nothing wrong with that, but sometimes if you got a little nook that's just yours. Like if I had my kitchen, if I didn't have a big giant refrigerator in there and a table, I'd probably put a little chair in there, have a little spot that I can have coffee and just call it my own spot. In the mountains, I would just enjoy, I had my office in the living room, but I just enjoyed, I had a cozy chair and I just enjoyed sitting over there. That was just a nice little cozy spot for me. So what does that look like? Where is your cozy spot? Let me know your cozy spot. I also enjoy sitting outside. Not right now. It's getting there. Almost the temperature. Last week it was kind of cooler. Nice sitting outside. This week it's back to muggy and sweaty, and they're still building a crop behind us, but they'll be done eventually. And so it's just that nice. I like sitting outside. I love that. My porch in the mountains. I love to go outside on the top porch and sit up there and just I like to sit on the steps. That's where I did. I had a chair, but I like to sit on the steps and just enjoy looking out and having the quiet. So let me know in the comments, where is your cozy corner? Set yourself up a spot. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe it's just a simple hard chair, but it's going to be your area, your spot to go to be able to relax and enjoy yourself this month as you prioritize self-care. And this month for our emotional wellness, called emotional wellness, it's all about your mindset and things as we are working on serving with joy. We talked about helping at church, volunteering, doing different things. Well, today it's going to be writing a prayer for someone else. Do you know that the best thing you can do, I remember learning this as a kid, before I even knew Jesus, the best thing you can do to feel better is to help someone else out, right? That's true. That is true. You feel bad, go help somebody else out. You feel better. You feel horrible in your life, go serve somewhere and volunteer, or go help someone out less fortunate. I hate to say that word because we can all go through less fortunate times. But those are all good things to do. But one of those things is to write a prayer out for someone else. Like, do you know somebody, family member, maybe they're going through things, a friend, someone that you can just write out a prayer to. Sometimes it's good to write it on like a letterhead, and then you know what, you can always mail it to them. And it's just one of those things that you can send to them, share with them, just as the Bible encourages us to pray with others. And, where two or more gathered in my name, there will be. I know a lot of people will mention to me about praying for people and praying for people in their own lives and stuff. And so we'll agree in prayer and, write the same prayer out, agree it, and we're speaking it. And so just to encourage one another. It just also helps deepen the compassion and the connection with people. And that's a good thing. I think that's something that's missed, especially in our world nowadays with the internet and everything else. There's a loss of connection with people because it's easier to text somebody than it is to pick up the phone and talk to them face to face, or it's easier to FaceTime somebody versus going and visiting them like we did before. So we lose that connection a little bit. But thank God for the connection, because I have been able to connect with many, many people that I would never ever get to experience more likely in my life, because you're from all over the ends of the earth, and it's just nice that we can come together to encourage and be there for each other, lift each other up in prayer. Those are always good things. So the internet's got its positives too, but it definitely has its way of disconnecting people when in some situations. So, all right, 52 weeks, week 40, simple and easy. Have a fantastic day. I've got my Tuesday video of everything we're doing in about an hour or so. I'll be posting that. So thank you always for your support to what I do here, and let me know your cozy spot. I'd love to hear someone else's cozy area in their home. So have a beautiful day. I'll see you in a little bit.